I think this one, maybe. Hang on. Let me have a look.
It says red light on the.
Oh my god, red
event
light.
thing.
Why? I don't understand how that could have happened. Why would people nominate that map?
Yeah, I keep saying it's not that bad, but it is kind of bad.
Well, like I said, people see a map called Red Light. I see a huge main road with 2 side alleys that force people to run into each other and kill them brutally. There's no way to avoid people. Like this map, for example, here's Red Light. You have systems to avoid people, you have possibilities to flank. While in Red Light the possibility is low, because all you need is one person in each alley to make sure that people see the others.
Yeah. But there are lots of places you can hide. Like in
Yeah, I guess that's a way to go as well. But here you have at least several ways to go. You can change often enough, cut off people, flank people. You got several levels, which Red Light also doesn't have.
Yeah.
You have a vent system. I mean, there's pretty much everything. Well, I guess I'm gonna change the map to what it's supposed to be then.
I guess.
Because this way we can avoid the hassle when everybody's there already, and then we're set.
What's with the super long Steam IDs?
I have no idea. They seem fairly normal to me.
I don't think those are correct.
They are correct. They're relatively short, they're long ones.
I'm pretty sure Rain doesn't have that long. Like, I only have 5 characters.
Same size as the rest there.
Yeah, these are 8 characters, all of them.
Yeah. I have 8 characters as well. So who's missing? We're missing Nevermore. The Spectoor hasn't joined the team yet. Here we go. Alright.
So I guess everyone's here.
After police join NSF then. So we got our team set.
I don't even know if he's here. He's not answering on our... Oh, here he is, okay. Yep, get out here.
Alright, do you think you guys need warm-up?
Do we need warm-up? I don't think we need warm-up.
I think a warm-up would be nice, at least 1 or 2 rounds, just for good measure.
1 person at a time, please. 1 or 2. Cut it. Okay, 1 or 2 NSF, and the rest is no warm-up.
Sure, we'll do 1 or 2 rounds.
Yep. Okay.
We should probably start our demos just so a certain Spectoor doesn't forget.
Yeah, I was about
You
to
can always
say...
say don't forget demos rather than point out to me.
Well, I was about to say that as soon as warm up. But I mean, you can do it now or
Oh,
later.
okay, I'll
As
wait
long as
until
it's-
knife round.
I'll wait.
Yeah, just do it before the knife round and we should be good.
So warm-up's happening. 102 rounds. Because the NSF wanted so.
Well,
Just gonna ask again after this round if they need another one or if they're good to go. Because I think this is the second one already. I'm not sure. Then we hope to get the knife round going pretty fast and then get things rolling.
You cannot change anything of that because I have no icon rights on this server.
Let's see. Alright, one more warm-up round, and then I'm pretty sure they're all set. Pretty interesting because Jinrai first said they don't need one and then they wrote one more. So apparently they might as well do so. In this case, Jinrai is having a bit of ping at disadvantage because of their team only having one guy from the US, which is also not even that low of ping. So NSF has still quite a bit here when it comes to that.
Well, yeah. Well, usually
Ghost is already in play.
ping doesn't play that big of a role in this game. Only in
Yeah,
certain
not
situations.
too big. It can make a difference, but usually it's not that bad. People always make it worse than it is.
Oh, okay. Alright, so NSF are ready as well.
I'm ready.
Please keep in mind to start up your demo recording now if you haven't already.
Yep,
So we
we're
can
recording.
Start the knife round. Okay, Jinrai's recording. What about NSF?
Recording on mine.
Okay.
Spectoor, George.
Yeah, I'm recording
you-
now.
Okay, George.
Just started.
Okay, everybody recording, so I guess we can get started the knife round. Keep in mind, pauses. Okay, never mind. I was about to add that pauses can't happen during the round.
And here we have it. The knife countdown is happening. Of course, the whole team going recon from what I'm seeing. Yeah,
Seems like it, yeah, both.
so many people using. Oh my god. Look at that language.
Just some friendly
So-
banter.
Yeah, as usual. So what are you expecting from this knife round? Will there be the infamous team kill? Yes or no?
Yes, I hope so.
I'm giving my bet there will be one because it always has happened. I don't think there was a single round where it didn't happen. Snilah fighting against Archibald, Archibald being in a disadvantage, Spectoor at 70 and ForeGeorgeman at 11. Spectoor going down from a backstab. Nevermore taking out ForeGeorgeman. It's a 3v1 now. What will Archibald do? He's in a pretty tight position over here. The team kill was more likely. Oh, okay.
Oh, no team kills.
A full wipe from
surprising.
Jinrai. Which Jinrai do you want?
Okay. I need to swap the names around then. On the banner thing.
Okay, which Jinrai do you want? That's a pretty cool question. Just making sure that they're all good to go again.
Do your thing, Rain. Let's get it going.
Death count off. What is this? The countdown should happen any second. Alt-Talk just check to be off as well. Wonderful. Now if Rain would kindly start that countdown. Now if Rain would kindly start that countdown.
There we go.
There we go. So okay, live in 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's counting a bit slow. Alright, here we are live. Jinrai spawning in with 1 support, 1 recon, and 1 assault, while NSF is having 3 assaults from what I'm seeing. It's a bit dark in that corner.
Yeah.
Yes, I am correct.
So that's interesting. They're doing the 1-1-1 now instead of having 2 assaults and 1 recon.
Yeah. Everybody taking 1 alley from NSF, while Nevermore's covering the main street. Part Commander is staying in spawn with him, and Snilah being on the roof above the pawn shop. Pretty interesting that they have the advantage of the smoke on the main road. It's good to cover up the big problem, as I used to say.
The smoke is great on this
Nevermore
map.
using the smoke to cover up a different alley as well. They're all playing pretty defensive.
But the ghost is on the other side, so...
Yep. Ghost is on the NSF's side. I mean, in this case it doesn't really matter, because NSF could move up and bring the ghost forward, or they could just wait. Because if both remain patient, the tie won't do anything for anybody. It's just pretty interesting to see how... Jinrai's moving up. Up. And... taking out Archibald. Being up close to the ghost now. In that little corner next to the main road. Spectoor not leaving his base might be... taking fire. About to run into Snilah if he's running around that corner. ForeGeorgeman at full health might be the only one to pull this out. Part Commander going through this alley here. Nevermore taking the main road. The side alley, I mean. Now going through that little corner shop. Snilah taking out Spectoor as well. Now in NSF's spawn. ForeGeorgeman now going back to Ghost as a reflex to cover it, but instead of covering it, he's just standing there blowing somebody up, delayed, getting 1 post-round point. And with this, Jinrai is taking the lead.
Yeah, great play there.
Archibald's chatting a lot in game, interacting with the enemy team. Not sure what he's trying to achieve with it, to entertain them, or like make them mad, or just tease them a bit. But we'll see. Jinrai having the same constellation, And SF now having 1 recon and 2 assaults.
Yeah, we see Archie going recon here.
Archie taking up the roof part of that little alley there, being close to Ghost. Spectoor on the main road, and ForeGeorgeman in the other alley. Nevermore is going to run into Archibald any second at this rate. Snilah not moving much, also taking up the top part of the map. Archibald taking out Nevermore. ForeGeorgeman taking out Fart
Wow.
Command and Snilah, instantly tying out the points here. A full wipe, they didn't lose a single person. ForeGeorgeman even having 1 point more than Snilah in this case, which isn't much from what you might think. Can be enough. We have and Jinrai having the same constellation, and NSF having the same constellation as well, sticking to the previous round's setup.
Yeah.
ForeGeorgeman is taking the same alley as he did before. Spectoor already taking out Snilah.
Snila's getting maybe a bit too greedy.
Maybe so. Fart Commander being inside the porn shop, going into the back alley here. Archibald being in the corner, or above the corner shop rather, covering the alley with maybe Nevermore going in, maybe not, he's in between. It's mostly up to Nevermore at that position because he's the closest, and he's basically at 2 choke points at once. If used correctly, could use a smoke and maybe take out Archibald there, because he's about to run into him. Fart Commander not moving much, being close to Nevermore, just piling up the alley. In this case, I'm pretty sure they don't know how to handle the situation. I'm sure they know that everybody's in, like, stationed in a different place, but they don't know who's where.
Yeah, I think it would be better if NSF tried to stick together here and use the smoke, perhaps.
Yeah, you mean Jinrai. NSF is not having supports.
Yeah. Sorry.
Archibald taking out Fart Commander in the meantime. Now it's down to Nevermore, his M41, which is a pretty odd choice in my opinion. Running into Assault here, and
Wow.
wow, close. Taking out Archibald to get at least the point he needed to have a rank up. NSF wins again, taking the lead. So this is going pretty unexpected so far. I expected more rushing, but people play a bit more passively than expected. Archibald now being a support, so being exactly the opposite than before, with 2 assaults accompanying him, while Jinrai is still using the same setup. So early smoke in the main road from Nevermore, Snilah taking a back alley towards the porn shop, Archibald being the support. Ooh, Snilah being fast with this one, taking out ForeGeorgeman, maybe even Spectoor, we'll see. Archibald now being in their spawn again, having an eye on the ghost, while Spectoor is just blindly firing into that alley, being a bit distracted by that dead. The dead didn't get him because he was well placed behind that corner, but we'll see if we will be able to take out Snilah or not. Archie taking out Nevermore, taking out the opposite opponent support here. Smoking up the ghost area a bit, or like the shop rather, and the main road. He remains in spawn. Snilah taking out Spectoor, so it's down to
Nice
Archibald to
job.
take down both of them.
And Snilah hasn't taken any damage yet.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. But regardless of that, Archibald having the MXs take him out in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. We'll see if Fart Commander can maybe flank Archibald here.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're gonna need to work together at that point, because Archibald is in a pretty tight position where he can just narrow down where to shoot. He's not
Yeah.
leaving the ghost, which is probably the smartest idea. Okay, Snilah being the scout, being attacked by Archibald.
But now they know where he is.
Yeah,
So that might help
Oh.
out a bit.
he had another smoke. Oh, he killed the one support, that's right. Pretty good idea there, picking them up. Giving him the chance to use them in a not that bad way, actually. Archibald compromising his own position by shooting Fart Commander here. They're both changing their position,
Seems
probably
like
falling
they're
back.
just gonna wait it out there. Yeah, 30
Yeah.
more seconds.
Archibald is also maybe moving into that eye now, because he is checking them little spots there. Now moving down the main road is probably aware of them falling back, going to
Yeah.
follow them.
He knows that if he just stands back, he's going to lose either way.
Ah, there he is. Snilah saw him cloaking now. 5 seconds. Nothing's going to happen, and this means Jinrai's taking a point. Archibald getting at least 1 post point here. 2 post points. Man, that nearly gives him the privilege of being sergeant. They have a point advantage, but they don't have the victory advantage here. It's pretty interesting to see. This round, I think Jinrai is following the same picture as they did always here. Yep, they
Yeah.
did.
The NSF
While-
are going full assault team this time.
Yep. While NSF is being what they started with, full assault. ForeGeorgeman taking the Sin alley that leads towards the pawn shop. Main road hasn't been much of an attraction recently, which is pretty interesting to see, because usually that's where most of the action happens in public play.
Yeah, it's too dangerous to go there in a game like this, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it can work
Red
if you
lights.
smoke it out, but it's hard.
Yeah, red light is not really the best when it comes to the center approach. Jinrai being pretty defensive, just stockpiling at the ghost here. They're probably waiting for somebody to try go for it, check it out, and just die. It's pretty unusual to see Jinrai in such a defensive play. Last few matches were pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
NSF are not moving either, which kind of makes this a trench war.
But like you were saying before,
Spectoor,
it's hard to flank on this map, so I think that's why. I mean, usually you say Snilah try to get behind the enemies, but it's really hard to do on this map.
Spectoor only took like big damage from Snilah in this case though, because he went out on the main road. There we go. First kill, Archibald taking out Nevermore with this advantage. The support's gone, leaving them with only not as tanky targets. Snilah now moving up, like being triggered from the death, checking out the alley. Fart Commander moving back, taking a bit damage in the meantime, while I didn't watch here. Snilah taking out Archibald, good revenge. Which leaves Jinrai damaged, and NSF only slightly damaged with Spectoor. If ForeGeorgeman is careful here, he could take out both, because he has the most health, so the biggest chances are that he might be able to do it. Snilah
You
sticking.
should be able to see Spectoor here. Oh, maybe not. They're looking at each other almost, but there's a small piece of wall that's preventing them from seeing each other.
Well, I guess that is a tie, if nothing's happening now.
Yeah.
Yep. A tie kicks in the favor of nobody. Another tie. No, actually, with this tie, both teams could go up to 6 and play a sudden death. So, if they all win over and over again, it might be extended. So far, we don't even know if it's going to go that far. Jinrai having the same constellation, NSF being full assault again. The Ghost is in the favor of pretty much nobody here. It's in the center.
Yeah, I think both teams really want to win this match, and they're not that comfortable playing against each other, I guess. So
Yeah,
they're playing super defensively.
Spectoor being down to 6 health. ForeGeorgeman dying to Snilah was a well-placed headshot there. Archibald being the only one do something, taking out Snilah, now being down to 11 health. They really have to play defensively now. One single hit and both of them are dead. In this case, Archibald has the max favor being the sergeant here, but is that enough? I'm not too sure.
He's low on health as well, so he'll die in one hit.
Nevermore
So
staring at the
Spectoor.
wall. Pretty funny to watch here. Nevermore thinking the Ghost is right there looking at a wall for about 2 seconds. ForeGeorgeman are not leaving the alley, being close to Nevermore. They're pretty close to each other. Spectoor and Archibald being in a spawn, they don't have much of a choice here. Running out too far might get them killed.
Yep.
Which happened just now. ForeGeorgeman are taking out Spectoor. Nevermore's picking up the Ghost, moving up. At least being able to probably tell where Archibald is at for the ForeGeorgeman to find out. Archibald moving closer, trying to suppress him. It's pretty interesting to watch, because it's forced to check 2 sides at once to not get flanked. Here we go. ForeGeorgeman doing his approach. Yep, and there we go. ForeGeorgeman performed this pretty well, stopping at the right second just to see if he's jumping out or not. I was a bit scared at first because with him crouching he still made noise.
Yeah.
Jinrai's taking the lead, sticking with their probably favorite constellation here was one of each. And NSF is taking 1 recon and 2 assaults. No, yes, actually. Wasn't too sure.
It's interesting how
Snilah
they keep
making-
mixing up. Like,
Yeah,
it's hard for Jinrai to predict what NSF are going to do.
Snilah getting a fast entry frag here. Archibald using the spur of the moment, grabbed his gun. Good enough distraction for ForeGeorgeman kill Snilah there. So Jinrai still having the advantage of the smoke. Used wisely, they can take out at least 1 person there. Archibald is fancying that corner, because he's always on top of that corner shop here. Archibald avenging the death of ForeGeorgeman by killing one of the Jinrai members here. Now we just need Nevermore to step up or Archibald to take him out.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! There we go.
He's not going to be able to catch up.
No, not at all. That was
Too
pretty
bad.
well executed here. He
Yeah.
probably realized Nevermore being the support again, moving up simultaneously with everybody else, leaving that pretty open here. And resists. They have 1 lieutenant and 2 corporals, tying up the score again. This is going to be interesting. What will Archibald take? He has a lot of opportunities at this point.
He might go with SRS here. But we'll see.
Not sure.
Oh, he goes
Seems
with
like...
PC. Actually.
Yep. Seems like he's going to PZ. Giving them two assaults from 1 support. Jinrai taking the same setup again. Snilah thinking that they might have an SRS, rushing a bit ahead. ForeGeorgeman taking early hits from Snilah here. Archibald being, I think, the most passive player, really going out in this case.
Oh, nice job from Snilah.
Yeah.
Pushing up and taking
Now-
out Spectoor and then falling back.
Now Archibald's moving up. This is gonna be interesting. What will happen here? But Snilah's already like all over the place. Went back to main road. Archibald is going down that alley. Slowly, but he's doing it. They have the advantage, they just have to remain defensive. I think the ghost cap kinda shook him a bit up.
Yeah.
Now using the moment here, ForeGeorgeman is peeking out to take him out as well. Up, and with this, Snilah takes out Archibald, performing the ace, getting good points, catching up to Archibald. He just needs 2 more points being a lieutenant himself, and then we're gonna see how that will go. Fart Commander blowing himself up, losing a point, not a rank. Archibald is taking AA-13 in this case, giving the NSF team 1 support to assaults. Jinrai taking the same layout as usual. All they have to do is remain defensive to let the ties work in their favor. Snilah is taking his favorite out. I've seen him in there a lot. It was in the DMX, I think, Fart Commander. Ooh, Snilah taking out the support, which
Escaping
also
with 12 HP.
connects. Archibald taking out Fart Commander in return, not taking a single point of damage. Both of them have a shotgun, so they might be pretty vulnerable on far distances here.
Oh, Snilah's running away.
Yeah, Snilah realized it's not a good idea to stay there. Nevermore taking up the lead here. Archibald being so close to him. It's not even funny. Ah, he uses the moment and takes him out. Holy shit, they're not looking at each other. I was about to say, they're gonna just part ways again in the middle of the road. This is pretty interesting to know. Both in the same alley, aware that somebody else is close. And both of them not wanting to take the risk. It's more of a mind game at this point. Where will the other person be at this time? Will he face me? Will he have his back towards me? Just that Archibald is in health and maybe weapon advantage.
Yeah. Snilah needs to be really careful here.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to just tie it out at this point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he would do that now. But it's a whole minute, which is enough for something to happen. Archie is not moving away from the ghost too far. He's pretty paranoid about it, I think.
Yeah.
He's moving back into Jinrai spawn, I think this is.
He's afraid
be.
Farah's flanking, but he's not.
Well, this is interesting to watch because Snilah has a view on that corner shop from there, and he just needs Archibald to pop up. He's doing it, but that's not enough. Archibald's falling back, getting a tie out. With this, we're gonna remain on 4-3 for Jinrai, working in their favor in this case, but Snilah is leaving the round as a lieutenant. Archibald already spawned in with his trustworthy AA here. Jinrai having the same constellation as usual, NSF going with 3 assaults. So far, the match is pretty close and very interesting to watch. Not too much aggressive play, not too much defensive play either, it's very mixed.
Yeah, they're playing very similar. So.
That's true. And NSF going usual, at least one person at every choke point, they can switch if needed.
Yeah.
Jinrai doing, I think, exactly the same. Jinrai moving up the main road, taking out the AA-13.
Oh, Snilah taking heavy damage.
Spectoor taking off Fort Commander in his position. ForeGeorgeman close to death, might run into Snilah. Nevermore just suppressing the main road and hope that they might fall back or reveal themselves somewhere else. Both teams have one member that needs to play pretty passively, making this really interesting. And even worse, they're all really close together. Snilah taking out Spectoor with only 11 health. He had a pretty good cloaking spot there, I have to admit.
Yeah.
It's down to ForeGeorgeman with 4 health. I'm pretty sure he cannot pull this, not to be offensive or anything, but in such a situation it's pretty hard to perform.
Yeah.
Just thinking about a support and 1 recon. 1 at 4th, being the tankiest one of them all.
And he's not in a good position either on the map.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that he just doesn't like wait somewhere.
Snilah should have heard him though, I mean it's right above.
Even more interesting, NSF spawned close to the ghost point and ForeGeorgeman is just walking off. If performed right, they might be able to cap, but I don't know if they would go for it. Seems like they're all just waiting for him to come out. ForeGeorgeman is close to running a circle here, running Nevermore.
I didn't see Nevermore.
Yeah, he
That's
just
funny.
turned towards him. And with this, Jinrai is taking a bigger lead of 2 points, being 5-3 for them.
Yeah, and there's only, what is it, 3 rounds left to play.
Yep, that's true. With this, Jinrai is having the point advantage again, having 2 sergeants and a lieutenant. Archibald really needs to pull this a bit, not too much, but a bit. But he is going shotgun recon here. Probably not hesitant due to his being lower than usual. Already the first gunfight happening here, encountering Spectoor. Spectoor tossing into the smoke. No success. Nevermore is taking it easy, he's not leaving. Snilah being in a high spot as usual in that alley. Archibald in a pretty weird spot for a recon is checking this out, being into the same alley as Snilah. We're gonna see how this works out. Archibald is pretty hesitant with jumping up there, probably because of his power not charging up.
Yeah, he kept missing the jump.
Well, Archibald and Snilah being pretty close here. They're just not in line of sight because of the shit ton of billboards that alley holds. Not much to say at this point, they're all playing pretty slow. The fart commander just looking at the panty machine, rubbing his face into it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the money to afford that right now.
Probably doesn't have any change.
I mean, rubbing your face into it works
Oh,
Snilah
Snilah.
finally running into everybody here, taking out Spectoor, Archibald,
Oh wow.
and ForeGeorgeman.
And that's GG.
Good God,
Well played.
that was pretty well played there. Yeah. Whew.
Very intense match.
That was a pretty well ace for the last round. Leaving this was 6-3. Good game. And there you have it, folks. Jinrai is going to encounter Snilah is going to encounter Afro's team. It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Who are you rooting for? Afro or
Oh
Snilah?
my god.
To be honest, I've been rooting for Snilah.
Game. Is that in a bloody game?
Yeah, we usually
Look
play
up,
like
dude.
hyper cautious, so we never throw the nades out like on the field. It's really funny. Like usually I think of this map as like Nade City.
Nate
But
City.
didn't see many nades this year.
Oh man, for Commander sounding ass. I don't know how to put this. Tired, not tired. Be
No,
absent-minded.
They're useless without the mugs.
Too much weed.
If I cannot put the stickers on the mugs, then what's the point?
Why would you
Well,
do
okay,
that?
let's just join the mumble, guys.
Giggles. No,
Well,
Yeah.
So
this
let's go
is
back to
Archibald.
well, maybe. It depends.
Well,
Which
Archibald
channel?
is winning the stickers,
I'm
and
gonna
yes,
join
we should
the main-
move back to the main
Okay,
channel here.
I'll meet you guys there.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. So, hello, winners.
What's up?
How are you feeling?
Oh
Pretty good.
man, fucking
That's
red
good.
light. I love it and hate it at the same time.
Well, we already discussed this. Two people see it as red light, and I just see it as three alleys where people run into each other because there's
It's
not
a-
much way to avoid each other.
Poor man's engage. That's what it is.
Yeah, I guess. Well, speaking of poor man's engage, our commander rubbed his face into the cheap panty automat machine.
The hell did I just join into?
Oh man,
Ah,
good game,
Archie, how are you
Archie.
feeling?
You really
No,
like it
I'm
was.
not
It was
happy.
close. It was
I'm
close
not
though.
happy.
Don't be a sore loser.
Like it was 3-3, and then
Oh, I'm fine
we
with the
managed.
game. It's actually brilliantly played. Good on you, Snilah. I just want the mugs.
I'm
Yeah,
so
well-
sorry.
Fair and square, he won him.
Oh,
We're just
See.
gonna see who will take the t-shirts now, because
Did my
that's gonna be the
demo
most
even-
interesting part.
Okay, my demo saved properly. Just gonna upload that.
can I ask Archie? You nominated red light, right? And was your reasoning because you won against Stealth's team on this map?
No, it's because that we are horribly out of practice, and that was the map that we knew the best.
Oh, right. Because despite that, there was still quite a few hiding places I managed to use.
I
Which
knew
is-
about that
this
particular
map's
place.
only-
It's just that I didn't expect you to actually use it. Like, for some reason at that moment, I decided, you know what? We only have 2 chances to win this. This requires us to get victories. Let's try an aggressive move, guys. Like that ever works out for us.
Well, it's been working out for us, but we actually played really defensive this match. I mean, well, I don't know how defensive it was, but really defensive compared to our other matches. Because we
Yeah.
were worried about the team we were against. Like, because you are quite an aggressive player, actually. Especially when I saw you jump through West with a shotgun as a recon, I just thought, oh god. Oh god.
Yeah. It could have worked if I actually looked up, though.
Yeah, it's a mistake lots of players make.
Well, it was pretty interesting to see you play more defensively, because we expected some really aggressive gameplay. But agile reasoning was because it's red light, which is a good reasoning, to be honest. There's not much way to, like, flank or avoid anything here.
Yeah,
The only
like,
thing that
long
was
sight
really
lines and such.
interesting, every time, 2 people were in that alley where the corner shop is, but couldn't see each other because of the shit ton of billboards that separated them. Every time.
It's pretty cluttered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This map's got quite a lot of clutter on it.
Yeah.
I'm just happy
It's
that I
crazy.
managed to kill your support 2 times with an SRM. by
Yeah,
hiding under.
SRM's pretty good anti-support weapon.
I was pretty impressed when you had taken on a support with the MX yourself, Snilah, with a direct encounter. Even he was right in front of you, and you still managed to take him out.
Was that the time I had
Yeah,
the
I think I had an
PZ?
MX, right? I guess I was
Yeah.
kind of bolstered by that.
Time with the, yeah, if it was the time with the PZ, for some reason that was a blank spot in my mind. I was just trying to support George over in East, so I wasn't even looking at that spot. He had all the time to kill me.
Oh yeah, when ForeGeorgeman peeked out, the area of red light with the black glass, if you stand right up against that, you can't be seen for shit. It's insane. So like, unless you have thermal on, I'm completely still, but you weren't looking in my
And
direction, which is kind of lucky.
yeah, and Spectoor doesn't know the IP.
Yeah, I've sent ForeGeorgeman the IP.
So hello, ForeGeorgeman. How are you feeling?
I'm all right, honestly. I mean, I really what I wanted was not to be humiliated. I think that we succeeded at that.
Yeah, that was a really close game. Like I was pretty nervous.
Yeah, the first few rounds were a bit of a race
Dicey.
here.
Well, there was a tie, and then it ended up 3-3, and then our team managed to break away. Like,
yeah.
just barely managed to break away.
I think what is that you guys got to Sergeant faster than us. Like your entire team got to Sergeant
No,
before
we
we
got
did.
Sergeant. We got Sergeant
no,
first.
no.
Remember?
I mean, you got Sergeant, but Spectre and I didn't get Sergeant.
Yeah, my team performed really well and managed to kind of pick up when I died. Like they forced a tie when I was dead, and I think they even won a round without me. And that was when Fart Commander had the cheat scope, which she managed to get that good shot on to the person at the back of the map. I don't remember who it was.
Played so much up into your teams now.
I do. Like over the course of the past few matches we've had, like I realized that I need to focus on my own play and try not to micromanage my team as much, like we did in Stealth Match, in which we were crushed. Like, I worried too much about what these guys were doing. So like now I've just focused on my own play and put like 100% faith into what these two guys are doing, and they're doing really well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team. And next we've got Afro. Fuck. I mean, if that
That's
was
gonna be
intense.
funny.
You're gonna have to fight Afro twice if you want to win.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I still think if we put a lot more effort into our practice, like somehow worked out the scheduling, we could have easily won that. Because regarding the microphane, I
Easily.
really wanted to start pulling strings, trying to optimize them, but we didn't all know the bits of the map, where the call-outs were, and we didn't communicate effectively enough to be each other's ways. So I could only rely on them.
yeah, you mentioned that, and like thinking now, what scares me is if ForeGeorgeman and Spectoor had been playing like pretty regularly for the upcoming weeks. I mean, I know ForeGeorgeman plays, but Spectoor I don't see much of at all.
Yeah,
And like I'm just
Spector's
thinking,
been
like
I'm
busy.
still pretty.
if you could,
I still haven't played a lot.
yeah, if you guys like were all pretty regular, like my team's pretty regular now, like it could have played out a lot differently. If anything, you probably might have been able to win.
I know there were a few times where you and I, Snilah, got into gunfights, and I kind of just like flopped. And
Yeah.
I think like those sort of things would have been different if I had had a lot more practice.
Oh, speaking of which, ForeGeorgeman, when you got the double kill on me and Nevermore, did you expect me to just fall from the ceiling?
Well,
'Cause I fell off by accident almost. Like I tried moving around and I fell off.
I've seen people there before, like so it was sort of half surprise, but it was still like, oh well, all right, you know, like okay, that's what it was. It was like, well, I got the first guy down, and oh, now you're here, and so it worked out well.
I just fucking fell off into your bullets. Oh, that was so
I think we
embarrassing.
would also have a better chance if I didn't just get retard mode and pull up the PZ.
Yeah, that was kind of I can kind of see. We were talking about this before, actually. Like the PZ is useful on a map like Rise, where like there's short sight lines and you might come across enemies quite frequently. So not having to reload is a big relief. But on a long range map, PZ's not so great.
Spectre doesn't have Mumble installed, so that's probably not going to show up.
It
No,
takes 5 seconds to install, even with his internet. He just doesn't want to bother. Let's be honest here.
that's fair. No, that was a good game indeed. I was very shaky.
Yeah,
Complain.
yeah, I'm happy.
And I'm glad, like, not compared to my last match in which Idle came out, it's calling me a piece of shit.
Wait, he actually called you that? I
I'm
didn't
not
hear
sure.
it in the stream.
He was pretty. He was pretty annoyed. Like
Shame.
surprisingly so, but oh well, it was
yeah.
all fun.
Now I have to buy the mugs from Pushback if I want NeoTokyo mugs. Like, damn your eyes, Snilah. You're cruel. You're mean.
I don't think. Well, Pushback gave us the high res Tiger Fuel transparentness, nice things, but he's not actually done the mugs himself. Rain just used that Pushback gave him to make the mugs himself. But I guess you
So,
can always
Gray market mug.
Yeah. You can always go on like a
Gray
printed
market
site.
tourney mugs.
I could, but it would have been infinitely more satisfying to drink tea out of a mug that I won on some dead internet game.
Yeah, although I think the rules have changed, in fact, because there was a lot of dispute
Yeah.
over whether or not people wanted the mugs or not, and I think the winning team
Now
actually
you
gets
can
to
choose.
pick.
Yep.
Mhm.
But we'll probably end up getting the t-shirts because Afro is adamant that he wants the mugs. I don't blame him. I
You
would
have
prefer
to
the mugs as
be-
well.
You have to be Afro's face and steal the mugs from him. At least do me justice that way.
Don't
You're
blame
gonna
on
be
Oilstain.
twice. Oh, no,
Play on
Oilstain.
Oilstain despite him as well.
I don't know
Oh,
that we
you could
can
like
play him
it.
against Oilstain because
Yeah, you're good on
He's-
Oilstain, but
he's had, like-
he's terrible.
Just just
He's a
go
terror.
all support on Oilstain with the Nexus.
no, like the matches that he's played on Oilstain Afro has have been pretty shitty matches of like really passive players, but
Oilstain's more of a map where you have to play aggressively.
on pub you can play aggressively, but on
Mhm.
it kind of
Yeah.
changes.
No.
I don't know.
10 people on oil stain. That was fun.
Didn't we
Oh,
have even
Spector's
more
joining.
when they boosted the max player? Like, oh, now you're here, Spector. What happened to I don't want to?
That's not the words
Oh.
I used. I said no.
Someone's
At least he's
being
honest.
catty over here, Archie.
I wouldn't know.
I think the idea is not to get your team to hate you, Archibald.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's over now. So unless
yeah, to some degree, if we all
now
beat each other for arbitrary
now we
reasons.
can just do everything. Yeah. So
All out nuclear war. No more Cold War here.
Archie, I hate you, Archie. Yeah.
Damn.
Feelings mutual.
I'm pretty sure my team hates me as well. I keep
Greater
on stealing
than
Fat.
3.
I keep on stealing.
you.
Yeah, and I keep on stealing Fat Commander's guns, so he probably doesn't like me either.
Greater
I
than
kept on
3,
getting
Archie.
surprised whenever I was charged by a support wielding a jet scope. Like, wait, Snilah just died, so what's the point even?
I think it was only because we were
It was-
running support, assault, recon all game, and you started off with 3 assaults, right? And then you switched one of you to recon, and then to support. You're kind of a bit all over the place, actually. You never
Yeah,
really
I
stuck
should've
to one
stuck
thing.
I should have stuck with recon because 100% of the time I was playing recon, we were doing well. West was locked down, and I could immediately rush over to east or mid
Apart
in
from the
case
last
they needed
round,
help.
right? Apart from the last round.
Apart from the last round, that was crap. So that was deviating from our usual stratagem and our safety zone, or not safety stone. What was it?
Yeah, it was
Words.
kind of like what Archie was like, guys, everyone to West Alley, and it's like, all right.
Well,
let's
first
do
Spector
this.
suggested it, and we're at a stalemate, clock ticking like 1 minute 20 seconds. One tie, one lose, doesn't matter, would have spelled our defeat. So I was like, you know what, let's try an aggressive move. Maybe they won't expect this, and Snilah just sits up there in the top bit. Slimy bastard he is, kills us all.
Come on, ForeGeorgeman, you're the captain here. Did you not once stand up to your team?
I'm going to be honest with you.
We're going
and
west,
all
but
the
I'm the
time-
captain. We're going west.
We're
all
very
the time,
democratic here.
No, we aren't. And all the time we played, command has been pretty much either given to me or we just made suggestions and went with it.
And the reason
George-
why it's given to you is because you're always the one coming up with shit. And so for me, I'm always like, well, we'll play it safe, we'll be defensive, or maybe we'll do this little thing, and you're like, no, do this
Gotta go
crazy
all out.
shit. And then
Gotta
I'm
go
like,
all out.
all right, Archie, you're more passionate about this than me, so
It's
I'll
a
trust
50
you.
It's a 50-50 whether my plan works or not.
I like how it starts out at the start of the match. Hey, I think we should split up like this. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And then 3 matches later, okay, we're losing. We're doing this. Okay.
I think the fact that you kept on switching classes, though, I think it was Archibald who switched classes the
Yeah.
most, kind of kept me on my feet. That was one of the things that made me kind of nervous. It was a very nerve-wracking match for me.
Well, at least we made Snilah die earlier. At the very least. He's too stressed. We cut off about
Yo,
5 years off his life.
God. How's that make you feel, Snilah?
How does what make me feel?
You're gonna die just a little bit sooner because of us.
Joke's on you, I'm immortal. But that's why I
Oh.
also look like a 15-year-old and always will do. No, that was good. Are we still streaming this post-match? Are we still?
Yep.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
were
all
people? Did we get any
things
feedback
to-
during the match from
Who are
the
the
viewers?
spectators, by the way?
Who are the well, me and producer.
Oh, I'm surprised Afro didn't do it.
Well, he's probably busy playing
Did-
Dark Souls 2.
He didn't
It's a
show
good
up,
game.
and
I respect his
Rain
choice.
came back. I grabbed the opportunity as Snilah recommended me being commentator, so I'm sure why not here. I'm gladly doing
Should
it.
have made Idol a commentator.
Yeah, I
It's not
don't know
here.
if he was on. But yeah, yeah, it was good because commentating on your own's not.
Yeah.
I've not done it, but I don't like the idea of doing that.
It's
But
getting
man-
more natural for me now. I felt pretty confident during this match to commentate, which is pretty nice.
It's kind of sad that Idol wasn't able to commentate, though, given how aggressive he was after he lost a match with Snilah.
Oh, he
I
was
can only
rooting for you.
imagine. I can
Told
only
me that he wanted
imagine
your
a
team to win,
bunch
actually.
of passive-aggressive comments in Snihala's way.
He told
Oh,
me he
he
wanted your team
commentates.
to win, so I guess
want
the
to win too,
commentation would have
so-
been kind of one-sided.
Yeah, you're sure that he would just watch you and be like, "Oh well, yeah, just
But,
doing good."
Just pass
Doc
me a
must
note
have been
under the
watching.
table. Hey,
Doc-
hey Archibald, Snila's right here. Pull
Oh
his
no.
face in.
Doc was watching. He said congrats when I won. Oh, Doc. I guess we're still streaming. If he's listening, thanks. And who else? Did you get any feedback on the chat? ANP chat or?
Not really, no.
Oh,
No one was saying anything.
quiet
kinda
Tokyo. How many viewers did we have at the most? 5.
I think, no, more. Maybe
Ooh.
12, 13, something like that.
Ooh. I'm happy about that.
That's 12 or 13 more than we used to have.
Oh, man. Okay. I need to probably eat because I haven't eaten all day, but my throat kills. So I'm going to head off now.
I think we can stop the
Thanks.
stream here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it was a great game. Had a lot of fun.
Good games, guys, and maybe we're gonna see you on public or something. At
Thanks,
least
man.
everybody is staying.
Yeah.
Being against Afro is already costing me the finals.
Do you
Yeah.
know when the
Yeah,
final
I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to this.
I want them to
and
take place next week. So Fart Commander Nevermore. Next weekend, I kind of want the first match to take place. The thing
You
is, we need to
guys-
give Afro's team as little preparation as possible.
Yeah, you guys just
So-
need to go on a training montage all day, every day, 24 hours.
Yeah,
Like
kick
that.
You
the
need
shit
to-
out of
not only
Afro for me.
that, not
If you
only that,
don't-
you need to record it and make a training documentary out of it, like most teams do. Oh yeah, this is our training here, and this is our setup, and this is
This
how we're
is-
gonna beat Afro. And just
Post
upload
dungeon,
something
right?
like that on YouTube.
You'll run at 10,000 DPI, so the slightest twitch
Yeah,
lands
just-
you a
Just
headshot.
record your setup, record everything, and then just stand on camera. This is how we beat Afro. Film your setup.
But yeah, if you don't pull up an Afro's face for me in the finals, I'm going to be severely disappointed that we let you win.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Now you're
you
just
hear that?
applying pressure. Applying pressure
He
that doesn't
means
make it
pressure.
better.
He focuses better in pressure, that's how he won, clearly.
That's debatable.
Many things are debatable, Putty.
Anyway,
Yep, I'm heading off. Later on.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
see you, man.
Night.
Bye.
Cheerio.
And to all the viewers, see you next time.